What's going on, guys? Minnesotan here, and in today's video I'm going to be talking about my favorite albums of 2020. These will be my top 5 favorite albums that released during this calendar year. Without further ado, let's get into it. Number 5. Letter to You, Bruce Springsteen.
Rainmaker, little thief for hire. Rainmaker, house is on fire.
I wasn't really born in the generation of prime Bruce Springsteen, but after listening to this album, I feel like I was. To say he's lost any talent is an insult to his craft. Letter to You is a beautifully composed album that has you fully engaged from start to finish. Springsteen isn't trying to write any rock anthems akin to Born in the USA on this project. Rather, these songs are of a more powerful sorrow. The man is over 70 years old now. He knows he doesn't have much time left on this earth. Songs such as Last Man Standing, The Power of Prayer, and Rainmaker convey the sense of morality that is so unique from anything heard in the current age of rock. If there is any doubt of Springsteen's musical prowess, it is sure to be put to bed while listening to Letter to You. Number 4. How I'm Feeling Now, Charli XCX.
Like your mind, like your smile, like your eyes, I could die. Aeroplane, US fly, singing songs like Jeremiah.
The follow-up to her 2019 hit, Charli, How I'm Feeling Now is a worthy successor to the queen of alt-pop. Charli keeps the level of energy at an all-time high with opening tracks like Pink Diamond and Forever. The follow-up, Claws, was actually my favorite single of the year. The A-side has so many highs that keep your adrenaline running at Mach speed. The latter half has more lo-fi, mellowed-out soliloquies. This album is dedicated to her boyfriend after all, so it would make sense that most of these tracks are talking about him or her love for him. Boys, find yourselves a girl like Charli XCX, someone attractive, and will spend 1 month making an amazing experimental pop album dedicated to you. She's out there, I promise. Number 3. RTJ4, Run the Jewels.
Get it like a crack addict, Mr. Black Magic, crack a bitch back. Chiropractic, craftmatic, dick, daddy smoking big, Cali in a black alley, in a black granddaddy rolling down.
You know, I'm a little upset that LP and Killer Mike decided not to continue with the album naming tradition of naming their albums Run the Jewels and then the number, and instead just went with the acronym RTJ. But regardless, this duo is at their peak. Age has no strain on the amount of bangers present on this project. Yankee and the Brave is an amazing opening track with a single drum pattern complemented by the rough and commanding voices of LP and Killer Mike. Other highlights include the track Just featuring Zach De La Rocha and Pharrell Williams, as well as the closer A Few Words for the Firing Squad. RTJ4 is as pure of hip-hop as you can get. These guys have been in the game for a while, and they show no signs of stopping anytime soon. Number 2. Visions of Bodies Being Burned, Clipping.
Hands up if you hungry. Hands up if you want some.
Just when you thought Clipping couldn't do anything to increase their rep, they released the sister project to their 2019 album, There Existed an Addiction to Blood, which, if you remember, was my favorite album from that year. Similar to Charli, this is another worthy successor. Daveed Diggs' voice hasn't lost any rhythm or cadence over the last year. In fact, in many areas, it's an improvement on this album. One of my favorite tracks, Looking Like Meat, is this aggressively wet synthesized beat, but Diggs' tone guides you through while keeping you hooked throughout the entire bass-boosted banger. Nothing much to say besides Clipping is back and better than ever. If you haven't listened to these guys before, you are definitely missing out. Number 1. After Hours, The Weeknd.
Never need a bitch, I'm what a bitch need. Tryna find the one that can fix me. I've been dodging death in the 6-speed. Amphetamine got my stomach feeling sickly.
This list will do no injustice to The Weeknd. Even though After Hours has no representation at the Grammys, he does have representation here at the minis, I guess. I'm honestly shocked how bad they did him. Not a single nomination. That's disgustingly stupid. Moving on though, yeah, this album is incredible. Beginning to end, this is The Weeknd at his best ever. I know the phrase, there's something in it for everyone, is pretty cliche, but if I think there's any album that fits this description, it's this one. Even my mom has praises to say about it from Blinding Lights, which, I mean, how could you not? It's like the #1 single of the year. Although he's definitely evolved from his darker works, such as Beauty Behind the Madness and House of Balloons, that isn't to say that his past has fully left him. There is definitely some of that voice resonating in him, in songs such as Heartless and the titular track, After Hours. This is easily my favorite Weeknd project, and a well-deserving spot for my album of the year. And that's it, those are my top 5 favorite albums of the year. Were some of your favorites on my list? Comment down below if they were, and some of your other favorites from this year. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, make sure to like and subscribe, and maybe share it with someone who would enjoy it. I posted my top 5 favorite games of the year yesterday, and tomorrow I'll have out my top 5 favorite movies. So if you want to follow me on my socials, they're linked in the description. You can get updates on when they come out. Otherwise, that's it from me. But until then, I'll see you all next time.